Good day, everybody, and welcome again to my segments called Ushun and Me. You all have to forgive me. So, in the last episode, we spoke about what you should and shouldn't do when you're asleep and how you sleep. In this episode, we're going to talk about empaths and also beacons, most importantly, because it's in relation to the previous video I did with people who are beacons, right? Now, I will explain because a lot of people ask me, what is a beacon? Well, you would know that a beacon, in a general sense, is something that gives you a warning or a sign. And the thing about people who are beacons, what goes on with them is that these people are very good at having vivid dreams that come to pass. They are very good at it, and they don't even realize that it's a gift. But most beacons take it for granted. You see, everyone has the ability to dream something and then it happens. Reason being is because when you're asleep, as I told you all before, when you're asleep, your frequency fluctuates, and sometimes it goes at an all-time high and it drops, and then it evens out depending on what you do. Beacons, however, high or low in their frequency during sleeping, these people dream straight, as we say here. They dream straight every time, right? The thing about beacons, they don't acknowledge their dreams. Dreams are also connected to things that are subconsciously happening to you or happening in general to other persons, and they don't acknowledge what's being told to them. Sometimes they're being told things that they should do or shouldn't do. Alright? They are being told things that are going to happen to other people, and they don't acknowledge it because they say, oh, it's just a dream. Dreams are spiritual messages sent from the universe to tell you what's happening with you. Alright? And people need to really take note of their dreams, of things that are happening. Now, as a person who dreams straight also, I don't take my dreams lightly at all, because when I was younger and didn't understand fully what was going on with me, people would tell you, oh, that's just a dream. You're dreaming straight, as we say. Straight. You dream that certain things happening, certain events, and then all of a sudden everything is happening exactly how you dreamt it. You're a beacon. And usually it comes, sometimes the dream may come into piece in parts. You understand? Because you beacons out there, and then you all know. Sometimes you get up, you go to use the bathroom, you go back to sleep, and the dream continue because that message was for you to acknowledge what's going on, and you refuse to acknowledge it. What amazes me is these people, they don't warn. They are here. The reason why they are here, these people are here, is to warn, and they don't even take their own warnings sometimes. Furthermore, warn anybody else. Right? So you find that with beacons, what they need to be aware of, which I advise beacons to do, always make sure you have water at hand. So when you get up from a dream, and you need to also have like a notepad or a diary or something, for you to write. Like when you fly up from a dream that was scary, or you get up from a dream and you're confused, take note of what the events were. Because what can end up happening is that you may end up forgetting the dream. Like when you get up and you start to move about during the day and you tell somebody, I had a scary dream. That's all you remember. You had a scary dream. When the person asks you what the dream is about, I don't remember. As you get up with that dream, you need to take note, have your writing pad, your diary, and write down the date, the time you got up, you write down the events you remember, details, write down everything. So that when you all come to people like me now, and you're telling me the dream in detail, I can decipher what's happening and break it down to you. Now, some people do remember the dreams very well, depending on how traumatizing the dream is. But you have some people who really don't remember, they forget. You need to take note of what's being told spiritually to you. That message was for you, it wasn't for me, it was for you. And you need to take note and understand that they are not just coincidences, that it happened, what you dreamt happened, and you're like, oh my God, I dreamed that 2 weeks ago that this house, this building was going on burn down. Oh God. No. You need to acknowledge your dreams. If a lot of people did that, they would see their way, I would say. They would see a lot of fortunate things happening where if you dream that, you're able to acknowledge, okay, let me take heed that I'm not supposed to go down on this street today because I saw a horrible accident, so I'm going to take a detour because what does it hurt? I would take a detour. I would go on the next street. Just in case. It's just a precautionary measure. Just in case. Because it may not happen on that day you decide to take the detour. But do the detours just in case. Because a month or maybe a year later you would hear a huge accident. And then you'll sit down and think to yourself, oh my goodness, I usually drive down that street at that time and this is what happened to me. If I was there, that is what could have happened to me. Acknowledge your dreams. Empaths now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. Empaths have the ability, well, we all know the word empathy. Empathy stands for the ability to understand how people feel. And if you do research on what an empath is, empaths have the ability not just to understand somebody's feelings, like, okay, somebody had a bad breakup and you're there and you're consoling them and you're like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, and this and that, that's having empathy. But an empath, as that person come and sit down next to them,
about that time, y'all.
Sorry about that, I got a call. So, an empath is able to feel what people are feeling. They don't exactly just feel empathy. They actually feel the emotions of that person, the ups and downs, emotional state that person is in. Some empaths have the ability that when they go to certain places where it had bad energy, where it had an argument or it had a murder, they cannot stay in that room for long. Or when they go into a room with a group of people, even though those people are not saying anything, you find that they can't stay, they don't want to stay around because something off was going on in that room with these people, with it talking negatively, and the energy affects them in a physical sense. Some people have told me that they feel sick. I remember I remember as a child I would get out a lot. I would get a lot of migraines. I find that when I go certain places too, I would get strong headaches. I can remember I had a boyfriend who had some family members who I sensed was speaking negatively of me, even though he wasn't telling me anything. And he found it strange that I don't come out and I don't chillax with them. But I knew exactly what they were saying. And I refused to be around that. So I would usually keep to myself. I acknowledge him, and that was it. I didn't need to be around the bullshit. Because it have some people, they would look at you and smile in your face, and behind your back, they're talking their shit. And I personally, I have low tolerance for that kind of crap. I don't have time for that kind of crap. So I would usually stay away. And he didn't understand, but he knew, because they would be telling him things which I was totally aware of, which I never even told him that I was aware of. And he would come and complain to me, oh, family members say that, oh, you don't come out and line with us, chill with us. Why is that? And I say, I just don't feel to. Just to end the conversation. And poor fella didn't even know the real reasons, even though he had an idea about my gifts. I never really sat down with him and broke it down to him in detail, because at that time I didn't really want to scare people. At this point, I really don't give a rat's ass how people feel. If they're scared, they're scared. So with empaths, you find that they are able to feel the energy of places, of emotions of certain places, like murders, arguments. They're able to feel the emotion of a person that is around them, or they have the ability, you find it strangely that strangers would come up to them and want to talk to them just for no apparent reason. This person just decided to come to you and sit down and just start to talk all your business, and you watching the person like, what's your problem? Just so. That's because your energy draws people to come to you, to want to speak and let out all that emotion. It's a good thing to have to be an empath. There are different types. I tell everybody, not all empaths are the same. Some empaths have abilities to deal with emotions. Some people have emotions of places. Some people have emotions, the empath ability to deal with animals, plants, music. They feel everything. They feel everything. You understand? So everybody may be broken up, and some people may have one or two of the empath abilities, and some people may just have one, right? As I said before. Empaths don't understand their duty as well. When they come to me, when someone comes to me and I read them, and I realize that person is an empath, I'm able to pick up right away this person is an empath. It's like a connection. Because when they come to me, because I being the way I am, I will pick up that energy one time. So when they come to me, I'm like, you're an empath. You know that, right? Yeah, you're an empath. And then I would sit down and I would figure out what type of empath. Like my beautiful sister, spiritual sister, Suzanne. I'm not going to call your last name, but Suzanne, you know I love you bad. That was sister from another mister. That woman, when I first met her, we'd never physically met. Our lives are amazingly parallel. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, she's a little older than me, and certain things that she's gone through in her life, I went through in mine, or she's gone through in her life, I was going through the times we knew each other, and I'm like, what's really going on here? So one day, I decided to take I told her to take a picture of her hand, a palm, and send it to me. And I sent her back a picture of my palm. And she's arguing with me, sis, why you send me back a picture of my own hand? And I'm like, sis, that's my palm. It was exact. And she's an amazing empath. When I read her, first time I read her, I realized she was an empath. But she's not just simply an empath, you know, just to pick up the emotions of people. Not realizing at the time, she had the ability to push energy to people, her emotions onto people. And she proven that many times. Like if she's tries to stay calm, but if she gets upset and she pushes her energy for you to get sick, to feel, not to get sick, but to feel sick, you're gonna start to vomit right there on the spot. And I was witness to that when she got angry with someone a couple months ago. Yes, it's in your place. I'm sorry. I love you still. Yeah. She watches my videos. So you find that these people are amazing, and she's actually has the ability to heal. She's actually a master healer, and she has the ability to make medicine. She knows all about holistic medicine, so she has the ability to, when she makes. So sorry about that, guys. Here it is, a rambling on and on. My sister. So, as I was saying before, she has the ability to heal persons, and she learned her ability. Well, once she was aware, everything came automatic for her. And well, she was already into doing meditations and doing her own spiritual stuff, which we did together. And she is an amazing healer. So there are different types of empaths. Some empaths have the ability to heal people through music, because that's what they're inclined to do. You know, I dealt with one about a month ago, right? And she's back into her music, doing her thing. I mean, she's gonna heal the world with her music. I mean, that's what she's into. So next time I'm gonna talk about empaths again and how they can deal with themselves. Okay? Love, peace, and joy from Oshun.